The morning of my wedding, I stood in the bridal suite of the Rosewood Manor, surrounded by my bridesmaids and the controlled chaos of hairspray and happiness. Everything was perfect: the flowers, the weather, the man waiting for me at the altar. I should have known Cassandra would find a way to make it about her. 5 minutes, Lily. My maid of honor, Detective Rebecca Chen, squeezed my hand. We'd been best friends since college, and she'd taken a day off from the NYPD just to be here. You look absolutely radiant. Thanks, Becca. I smoothed my simple but elegant A-line dress. Is everyone seated? Almost everyone. She checked her phone with a frown. Your sister just arrived. My stomach tightened. Cassandra had RSVP'd maybe, which in her language meant she'd show up whenever it suited her dramatic entrance needs. At least she'd come. Well, that's good. Lily. Becca's cop voice kicked in. There's something we need to discuss about Cassandra. Not today, I pleaded. Whatever drama she's planning, we'll deal with it after. A collective gasp from outside interrupted me. Through the window, I saw wedding guests turning in their seats, phones coming out, mouths dropping open. What's happening? I rushed to the window, my bridesmaids crowding behind me. There, strutting down the garden path like it was her personal runway, was Cassandra. In a wedding dress. Not just any wedding dress. A massive, pearl-encrusted ball gown with a cathedral train that made mine look like a sundress. Oops. Thought it was a white party. Sister giggled in her wedding dress at my ceremony, her voice carrying across the garden. She twirled, making sure every angle was captured by the horrified guests' cameras. Guests gasped. My elderly Aunt Helen clutched her pearls. My future mother-in-law's face went purple. The photographer, thinking this was planned, started snapping pictures. That absolute. I couldn't even finish. My hands shook as I watched my sister blow kisses to the crowd, her bleached smile wider than her fake eyelash span. Don't go out there, Becca said firmly. Let me handle this. Handle what? She's already ruined everything. Look at her. Cassandra had reached the altar where my fiancé James stood frozen in shock. She actually curtsied to him before taking a seat in the front row, my parents' row, spreading her massive skirt across 3 chairs. My maid of honor took the mic from the wedding singer who'd been preparing for my entrance. Becca's bridesmaid dress looked incongruous with her cop stance, but her voice carried authority. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for the interruption. Before we proceed with Lily's ceremony, we have an unexpected matter to address. Cassandra stood up, clearly thinking this was her moment. Oh, how sweet. Yes, I should say something about my baby sister. Actually, perfect timing. We have her arrest warrant for identity theft. The garden went silent except for the sound of Cassandra's cathedral train rustling in the breeze. What? Her giggle turned brittle. Is this some kind of joke? 2 officers walked in through the garden gates. I recognized them, Becca's colleagues, Officers Martinez and Thompson. They moved with purpose toward the altar. Cassandra Marie Brennan, Officer Martinez announced, you're under arrest for identity theft, credit fraud, and felony forgery. Sister's white dress wasn't pretty in handcuffs. The pearls caught the light as her arms were pulled behind her back, the expensive fabric bunching awkwardly. This is insane, she shrieked. It's my sister's wedding. You can't. Ma'am, you have the right to remain silent. Officer Thompson continued the Miranda rights as guests filmed with a mixture of horror and fascination. I stood frozen at the window, watching my wedding turn into an episode of Cops. Becca, what's going on? She turned to me, her expression soft but determined. Remember when you asked me to be your maid of honor, and I said I needed to tell you something about Cassandra? This is it. I've been investigating her for months. Investigating? For what? Your identity, Lily. She's been using your social security number, opening credit cards, taking out loans. The fraud department flagged it when she tried to finance a Mercedes last month using your information. My legs went weak. She what? $37,000 in debt under your name. 3 credit cards maxed out. A personal loan for a vacation to Bali she posted all over Instagram. Becca held my shoulders. I wanted to tell you sooner, but we needed solid evidence. The warrant came through yesterday. Through the window, I watched Cassandra being led away, her train dragging in the grass. It's her fault, she screamed. Lily always had everything. The perfect grades, the perfect man, the perfect life. I deserved something too. My mother had stood up, looking between her daughters, one in handcuffs, one in a wedding dress. Cassandra, what have you done? What I had to do. Tears streamed down Cassandra's face, mascara creating black rivers. Do you know what it's like being the pretty one with nothing else? Lily got the brains, the career, the man who actually loves her. All I ever got was, at least you're beautiful. So you stole my identity? I had moved to the doorway, unable to stay hidden any longer. Everyone turned. There I stood, the actual bride, watching my sister's arrest at my own wedding. You wouldn't even notice. Cassandra spat. You make good money. You could afford it. But me? I'm drowning in student loans for a degree I couldn't finish, working retail, watching you live the life I wanted. I would have helped you, I said quietly. All you had to do was ask. I don't want your help. I wanted what you had. Just once. So you decided to wear a wedding dress to my wedding? The absurdity hit me. How does that connect to identity theft? Becca stepped forward. The dress was bought with a credit card in your name. $12,000 from Kleinfeld. She was going to max it out one last time before fleeing. Fleeing? We found plane tickets to Costa Rica. One way. Purchased with my credit card, I finished. Cassandra lifted her chin defiantly. It was perfect. Come to your wedding, make a scene, have everyone looking at me for once, then disappear. You'd be so busy with your honeymoon you wouldn't notice until I was gone. Except you didn't count on my maid of honor being a detective. I didn't know she was a cop when I started. Cassandra wailed. By then it was too late. Officers Martinez and Thompson began moving her toward the police car parked outside the garden. The wedding guests parted like the Red Sea, phones still recording. Wait, I called out. Everyone froze. I walked down the garden path, my simple dress a stark contrast to Cassandra's elaborate disaster. Lily, Becca warned. Don't. I stood face to face with my sister. Did you really think this would hurt me? Wearing white to my wedding. It was supposed to. Because it doesn't, I continued. You know what hurts? That my sister, who I loved despite everything, valued my credit score more than our relationship. That you'd rather steal from me than talk to me. That you'd rather go to prison than go to therapy. Her defiance cracked. I just wanted to be me. I know. You've wanted it our whole lives. But here's the thing, Cass. Being me means working 2 jobs through college. It means studying while you partied. It means choosing James over the flashy guys you always said were more exciting. It means building credit instead of destroying it. I'm sorry, she whispered. No, you're not. You're sorry you got caught. I stepped back. Officers, take her away. As the police car pulled away with my sister in the back, I turned to face my wedding guests. A sea of shocked faces stared back at me. Well, I said into Becca's offered microphone, that's not how I planned to start my wedding day. Nervous laughter rippled through the crowd. But if my sister taught me anything, it's that you can't control other people's choices. You can only control how you respond. I looked at James, still standing at the altar, his face full of love and concern. And I choose to marry the man I love, surrounded by people who actually care about us. So if everyone could please return to their seats, I'd like to have my wedding now. The guests erupted in applause. My mother hugged me, crying. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. I had no idea. I know, Mom. We'll deal with it later. Today, I'm getting married. Becca walked me back to the bridal suite. Are you sure you're okay? You know what? I am. I reapplied my lipstick with steady hands. She's been a cloud over every happy moment of my life. Every achievement, every milestone, she found a way to make it about her. But not today. Today, she removed herself from my life in the most permanent way possible. Identity theft is a serious crime. She's looking at real time. Good. Maybe she'll finally have to face herself instead of trying to steal someone else. The wedding that followed was perfect in its imperfection. Sure, everyone would remember it as the wedding where the bride's sister got arrested. But they'd also remember the vows James and I wrote, the way he cried when he saw me walking down the aisle, the speech my father gave about choosing love over bitterness. The reception was lighter without Cassandra's energy-sucking presence. Becca's maid of honor speech brought down the house. When Lily asked me to be her maid of honor, she said, I need someone who'll have my back no matter what. Little did she know I'd take that literally. She raised her champagne. To Lily and James, may your marriage be filled with love, laughter, and significantly less identity theft than your wedding. 6 months later, I sat in a courtroom as Cassandra was sentenced to 18 months in prison and ordered to pay full restitution. She looked smaller in her orange jumpsuit, the dramatic makeup replaced by dark circles. Do you have anything to say to your victim? The judge asked. Cassandra looked at me. I'm sorry I wasn't the sister you deserved. I'm sorry too, I replied. But maybe now you can become her. As I left the courthouse, James took my hand. Any regrets? Just one, I admitted. I can't return that $12,000 dress she bought. Apparently, prisoner transport isn't great for preserving wedding gowns. He laughed. We'll donate it. Some bride out there needs a dress with a story. What kind of story? How about? This dress once belonged to a woman who learned that you can't steal someone else's happiness, no matter how pretty you look trying. I smiled. That's a good story. But I like ours better. What's ours? Two people who chose each other, even when chaos tried to tear them apart. Who learned that the best revenge against someone trying to steal your joy is to simply keep living it. And we did. Without credit card debt, without family drama, and definitely without anyone else wearing white to our anniversary parties. Though Becca did joke about bringing handcuffs to our vow renewal, just in case.